Hello and welcome to a quick overview on the serials module within our corporate library management application on SharePoint 2010. We have a few scenarios as to how a serials workflow will start. The first is the serial record already exists in your catalog, and we need to set up the arrival pattern, or we need to set this up within the serials module. So for example, this serial innovation for startup does not exist, for example, and we need to set it up within the serials module. So we can select this item, choose the action, and say check in new serial, which means this title does not exist in serials yet. When we use that function, we can set up additional information as to the issue date. So whenever it's due, next issue date, we can set that up using a calendar icon here. So I could say this one is due on December 1st and it's due. Maybe give it an issue number, a volume number. It's not rooted out yet, but you can pick the names of your subscribers from SharePoint. If they exist in SharePoint, I could use Joe, I could use maybe Steve, and add them to the routing list, and even myself. So multiple people on routing list, I click OK, and this will create the serial record in the serials module. So let's go and check the serials module. So here we have the serials module set up with innovation for startup title came up from catalog, and the 3 people who are on the routing list with the due item, the date that we set up. So this is one way of creating a serial item which did not exist in serial before. Now, if the title already exists and you want to add a new serial which is due or set up the arrival pattern, you may select an existing serial at any time and choose the action set up arrival pattern, which gives us the same kind of data entry screen. So I could set up, for example, okay, the March one is going to be due and it will be issue 3, maybe volume 2, and say okay. And now we've used an existing serial item to set up the arrival pattern. So now you can see we also have the March one appearing here. And automatically the names which were in the routing list has been created, and the title has already been created. Now let's go back to catalog and see what we have. So now we will do, in catalog, we will create a new serial which does not exist in system at all. So here you may have received a serial either through placing a new order or you just coming in and adding a new serial item. So when we do that here, we have a catalog bibliographic information that we have to add and create a serial record within the catalog. So I can say maybe earthquakes in Japan, and choose the place, location, and other information such as frequency. Okay, supply name, and hit OK. And now we created a new serial record within catalog, and again it does not exist in the serials, so we can use the same function, check this box, and use the action check in new serial, which will add the serial. Let's check in the first one. So we may say, okay, we've already received the November one, so let's set that up. So we'll say today was the one for November received, and issue was 11, maybe 1, and maybe it was routed out today to me and to maybe Gary.